Hello, Professor. This is my last resubmission here for the projects. So I'm just, going to go over it. Elements from project 1, 2, and 3. So everything works as intended. I don't have any issues with anything. The settings and functionality and everything work. Um, Camera still follows the player. I can still shoot. The enemy can follow me. He can shoot me. I can get pickups. AI can get pickups, etc. So everything still works. I don't have any issues. Animations work, health works, live counter works, etc. So, and as you can see, I have no errors in the console, so everything works as intended. The player UI weapon display. So the player UI, um, as you know, like we did fix it, still works. It works as intended. So how it works is in my UI manager, I'm calling the UI manager as an instance, allowing it to be called in other scripts. And then I have a public image allowing me to set the image I want to change. And then the function change weapon icon, sprite weapon icon. What this is doing is whatever image that I want the item to change, if I call this function, it will then swap that icon out with a different one that I set in within the game. So right now I have this set for my UI with the purpose within the canvas. I have it down below here. This little icon here, square, is going to change. It is the weapon icon up here. So that thing will change within the canvas because I'm calling it within this. And then that is actually set in my weapon pickup. Part of the reason why I did this instead of the pawn is because I can only set one icon in the pawn to change, where if this, I can set all the images for the correct weapons and it will change it. So I'm calling the sprite icon here, and then within the pickup, it will check to see if the icon's been picked up, and if it's a weapon, it will then call the UI manager.instance change weapon icon. So that's calling the function where it's seeing if the sprite's there, and then this variable is for up here to store the icon I want it to change to. So as you can see within the game, if it wouldn't freeze for some reason, I have the pistol. As you can see, the pistol icon changed to a pistol. The shotgun I changed to a shotgun. The slow weapon, I didn't get to pick it up yet, would change to a revolver. The rifle changed to a revolver icon. Oh, well, it actually despawned. But as you saw there, all of the icons changed to what they should be. Those are set within my pickups here. So on my pistol 2 here, I have just the icon I want to change to, DT handgun 1 for the pistol. Same thing with rifle weapon there. Similar thing, except it's the rifle icon. So once the player picks up these things, it will change that icon at the bottom, matching the weapon that is currently equipped. The last two things really quickly is the comments for code. Everything here, like showing updating code, what each of these do. For the UI, like why this will change the weapon, resolution, etc. Camera controller, rifle, pickups. So all of the comments for code's really well done. I did add a new mechanic here, where it is a first person to third or top down view to first person view camera, where in my camera change script here I have the game object top cam and first cam. This is allowing me to store the main camera as top cam and then the first person camera as first cam. And then I have an int variable here for cam mode detecting which mode which camera is currently active versus not. So in my update function, if I press the camera button, which is Z, it will then switch the camera mode from top down to first person, and vice versa. It will switch back. First, it will start with the top camera because that is what it is set to. And then when you press the Z key, it will switch to the first person. So I have a enumerator cam change where it will wait in between for a little bit for the camera to change. If the cam mode is set to 0, it is the top camera and it is active, and the first person camera is disabled. If it's the first person camera, then it will set that to active and top camera is at 0. So that is how those work. Everything still works functionality in terms of top camera, which I have that here within the functionality, so that way it detects which camera is currently active. First camera is not being used on start, so it is disabled, and the main camera is active because that will be used for the player. So I'll go ahead and showcase this. I want to lower the speed really quickly, but if I press the Z key, it will then switch to the first person camera. But at the moment, I do have some issues with movement where I can't rotate exactly. But if I go to top view, if I click on the game, it will then go back to that. But I can always go back to first person if I'd like. I just didn't get a chance to activate the other mechanic for the controllers. So that is the new mechanic. It does work as it's intended for switching the cameras. So it does go from top down to first person with ease. So there's no issues between those. No issues in the console. So that works. The only thing I didn't add is the different controllers, but the mechanic for camera change works as intended with no issues. So that is the only stuff I wanted to showcase for Project 4. So yeah.